Hey, I'm Lucy, but most of you probably already know that by now. On this channel you'll find well over 600 videos spanning over the last 7 years, about 90% of which is just related to corsetry. This includes waist training advice, information on how corsets affect your body and your health, dressing with your corset, different ways to style your corset, sewing and corset making tutorials, and over 175 different corset reviews where I compare and contrast the features and advantages of each one. I also love to make the occasional science, nutrition, and hair care video, so you might see one of those once in a while as well. As extensive as I've tried to make my YouTube channel, my website is actually even bigger, where I've organized over 350 different corset makers all around the world in an easy to understand and interactive Google map. There's also 30 different galleries where you can see different types of ribbon corsets, corset bodies, vintage reproduction corsets, corset makers that specialize in asymmetric corsets or corsets for large busted people, long line corsets, shorter corsets, extremely tiny corsets, and corsets for plus size people, and so much more. My blog, as well as my sister site, Corset Database, has always been 100% free. I've never put any sort of information behind a paywall before, and I've also never charged a corset maker to be featured in the Corseteer map, or any of my galleries, or the corset calculator, or the database, or any of my reviews. This project has been the result of over 7 years of work and well over a decade of research, and I've never had any sort of virtual assistants or employees, people to help me with my website or editing videos. To make 175 different corset reviews, I've had to spend well over $20,000 US to be able to purchase and test these corsets. And while I occasionally get the odd sample corset or a gift from a different corset brand, this is very, very rare. The reality is, making corset videos is a lot more expensive than many other types of videos out there. A beauty guru might be able to review a $5 drugstore lip gloss or $10 mascara, and occasionally, say, a $60 or $80 makeup palette, which in that context is very expensive. But when it comes to corsets, pretty much the minimum for a decent corset out there is about $50, and I have reviewed some corsets on my channel that are worth more than $1,000, and I have paid for these out of pocket. The majority of the corsets I review on this channel, especially the off-the-rack corsets, I sell to be able to fund future videos and reviews. And what little ad revenue I've gotten over the years has also helped to fund these future videos. But as many of you guys know, there is the advertiser crisis here on YouTube, commonly referred to as the ad apocalypse, and I am now making about 10% of what I used to make, say back in 2014 here on YouTube. Part of this is due to advertisers simply leaving YouTube, other advertisers being more strict on what types of videos they want to advertise on. Corsets are not considered to be, fit for all audiences for most advertisers. Even though I've tried extremely hard to give this channel a very relaxed kind of girl next door kind of approach to corsetry, because I believe that anybody who wants to learn about it should be able to learn it safely and should have this information accessible. And I think one of the most successful ways I've been able to do this in the past couple of years was releasing the anthology, my book on therapeutic corsetry called Solist. I've actually gotten feedback from different healthcare professionals saying that they've actually started to change their minds about corsets, and they have started prescribing medical corsets for some of their patients, or they're at least considering it. And this to me is really huge, because it shows that corsets are not just frilly, they're not just a luxury item, and they're not used strictly for sexiness. But the unfortunate truth and the reality of all of this is that the advertisers don't care about this. YouTube does not care about a small channel like mine. So for those of you who have been with me for a long time, if anybody has been wondering why over the years they went from updating at least 3 times a week down to 2 and now once a week, it's because with a 80 to 90% pay cut from YouTube, I cannot treat this as a regular thing anymore. It has to be more of a side project. Over the past years, I've worked multiple jobs just to be able to put money back into my YouTube channel to sustain it. And of course, that means time taken away from actually making YouTube videos. Being in such a niche industry and taking a hit from YouTube, it's lucky if I might make $5 from a video that might have taken me more than 12 hours to make. I don't want to turn this into too much of a sob story. I just want to be fully transparent with my community and say this is the reality of where this channel is at. So after literally years of deliberation and talking with many of my friends in the corset community, I finally decided to open up a Patreon page, because with some patronage I will be able to make more videos more often, better quality videos with better editing, more interesting videos, better researched videos for a longer time to come. So let's stop talking about the sad stuff and let's talk about all the stuff that you would actually get as a patron of my channel. Because even if you were to be able to spare $1 a month, which is like not even a very good cup of coffee, you would be able to vote on how the funds get reinvested. And this is something that I haven't seen with many other Patreon pages. You don't really know where that money is being reinvested, but even if you were to give $1 a month, you would be able to vote on, say, what corsets get to be reviewed the following month. Those who are able to spare a few more dollars get early access to my YouTube videos and special attention, where I answer your comments and questions before those videos go live for anybody else. You also get access to my Patreon locked feed, where I post many ideas and teaser videos and sale alerts and discounts. So if you happen to do a lot of shopping online quite frequently, you might actually be saving more every month than you're actually spending on Patreon. You can read some unpolished blog posts or video scripts that might not go live for months or even years from now. You can vote on future video topics. You can get producer status on my videos. If you check the description under this video, you'll see that some people are already considered Patreon producers for my YouTube channel, as well as you can participate in a monthly Q&A where I do a live stream. It's a hot seat Q&A. You can ask me anything. And because there's so few patrons at this highest level, then basically during the live stream you might be able to get some special attention, and you can treat it as a bit of a corset consultation for a lot less than I would normally charge for a Skype corset consultation. So I think this video has run on long enough, because I think Patreon told me to keep my video under 2 minutes, and you guys know me, I am very verbose. But even if you choose not to support my Patreon, that's okay, because as long as I have the time and the funds, I will be still making videos for YouTube. But if you are able to spare some change, so to speak, each month and support my Patreon, it would absolutely mean the world to me, and I promise I will do my absolute best to reinvest those funds to make this channel and the corset community thrive. So right about now you should see the Patreon icon on the screen here. Please click it to go to my Patreon page, or if you're on mobile, I will link it down in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. All the best, and I will see you in the next video.